continue now our discussion with module number 7, the organizational plan. At the end of this module, you are expected to first, define what an organizational plan is. Second, explain the advantages and disadvantages of different legal forms of ownership. Discuss the organizational structure of the business and explain how the board of advisors can provide support to the management team of a new business venture. Okay? So an overview for this module, after the entrepreneur identifies the needs of his target market and spells out his strategy and action plan, he can now proceed to the legal and organizational aspects of setting up the business. In this module, we discuss the advantages and disadvantages of different forms of ownership. So, 'di ba nga na natin diniscuss kanina yung nung previously na-discuss na natin yung business plan. Then we're already done with marketing plan. Now, organizational plan. So once na natapos nyo na yung yung 'di ba nauna natin diniscuss yung business plan. So nakapaloob sa business plan itong marketing plan na na-discuss natin previously and this organizational plan. After this organizational plan, i-discuss pa natin yung iba pang parts na nakapaloob doon sa ating business plan. Okay? So after doing the marketing plan, ito na nga, magpo-proceed na tayo doon sa ating organizational plan. So for this organizational plan, para mas madali ninyo siyang maintindihan, yan, it refers all about the organization or it refers to the structure of the business itself, okay? Kung paano yung magiging structure niya, anong form of ownership ba ang gagamitin ninyo, or yung sa pag-form pa lang ng business niyo, ano kaya ang pinakamas magandang gawin, pinakamadali, 'di ba? So, yan po yung magiging content ng inyong organizational plan. So, what is an organizational plan? The organizational plan is the section of the business plan that identifies the form of ownership the business venture will take. It provides background of the management team, describes the organizational structure, including the management team's roles, responsibilities, and reporting relationships, outline the planning, decision-making, monitoring, and evaluation process, and spells out the role of the board of advisors, among others. This section of the business plan must provide sufficient information to assure potential investor and creditors of the money they are asked to pour into the business will be in the good hands. Okay? So again, sabi ko nga, 'di ba, kanina when we say organizational plan, it refers doon sa structure mismo ng organization ninyo. Okay? Nandiyan nga yung anong form of ownership ba ang gagamitin ninyo. Okay? And then yung background ng management team. Okay? Yung parang tag dito, yung information sa lahat ng members ng organization, most especially ng mga yung nasa management or yung mga may position or yung mga possible na owners din noong business, and also their roles. Okay, parang nandiyan din yung hierarchy, okay, kung yung in terms of reporting. Okay, so yan po ang organizational plan. Next is forms of ownership. One of the important decisions an entrepreneur must make is the form of ownership the business will take. He could choose form any of the three basic legal forms of ownership. So ito relevant na ito sa inyong na partially na-discuss na ito sa inyong organization and management subject. So kung natatandaan pa ninyo, ano-ano nga ba yung three forms of ownership? Meron bang makakapagbigay ng at least one? Anyone? Tatlo lang yun. Forms of ownership. Na-discuss na ito sa inyong organization and management.
Example, sir.
Ano? Ano ulit?
Example po. Yun po yung mga...
May narinig na ako, may narinig na ako.
Proprietorship.
Sole proprietorship, correct.
Partnership, sir, tapos corporation.
Correct. Sole proprietorship, partnership, and corporation. And those are the three forms of ownership. So, kapag nandito na kayo sa inyong organizational plan, ganun din naman, di ba, kapag mag-start kayo ng business ninyo or ng sarili ninyong negosyo, ano nga bang form of ownership ang gagamitin ninyo? Sole proprietor ba? Or kayo lang ba mag-isang mag-i-start nitong business na gusto ninyong simulan? O may partner kayo with that? So, you could also choose partnership or corporation kung malaking business na agad yan. Okay? Next naman is yung legal forms of business ownership. So, ito yung mga considerations na kailangan nating tandaan sa pagpili ng form of ownership na maaari ninyong gamitin. Okay? So, nandito yung comparisons among the three forms of ownership. So, yan. Nandito rin sa first column, the things to consider. So, in terms of ownership, ilan ba ang magmamay-aring yan? So, nakikita ninyo, for the sole proprietorship, isa lang yan. For the partnership, wala namang limit ang number in terms of partners. And then for the corporation, no limit on number of stockholders. Kasi 'di ba nga ang tawag na natin kapag sa corporation, kapag part ka ng isa ka sa nagmamay-ari nun, isa kang stockholder. Okay? So ibig sabihin walang limit 'yon. And then another thing to consider is the cost and ease of starting a business. So in terms of sole proprietorship, madali lang daw, mababa lang naman ang gagastusin kapag nagsimula kayo ng sarili ninyong negosyo at madali lang din simulan. And then for the partnership, mababa lang din gagastusin pero kung ikukumpara mo sa sole proprietor, mas madali pa rin ang sole proprietor na simulan unlike kay partnership. But in corporation, ayan, malaki ang gastusin kapag nagsimula kayo ng isang corporation agad. At mas mahirap din simulan kasi nga in terms of documents pa lang, 'di ba? Ang dami nang kailangang i-process. Sama na natin dyan yung mga articles of incorporation. Kailangan pa ng SEC registration, mga different business permits. Okay? Ayan. So, kaya nakasabi dyan na mahirap talagang simulan ang corporation. Okay? Next naman, another thing to consider pagdating sa liability of the owners. So, kapag sa sole proprietorship, ibig sabihin, unlimited ang kanyang liability. Kasi nga, iisang tao lang, lahat siya ang sasalo nun. Unlike naman kay partnership, unlimited ang liability pagdating kay general partner. But limited lang daw pagdating kay limited partner. Okay? So, for the corporation naman, stockholders typically not liable beyond their investment. So, ayan, makikita ninyo yung comparison pagdating sa liability. Okay? And then another things to consider are the following. The share of profits and losses. Yan. Pagdating doon, halimbawang malugi yung business, dumating sa point na kailangan nyo ng isara or nalulugi na, pagdating sa sole proprietor, lahat na natitira, salo nung proprietor kasi nga mag-isa lang siya. Then pagdating naman sa partnership, magde-depend sa partner's investment or sa agreement ng partner. And then for the corporation, stockholders can share in profits through dividends. Okay? Yan, in terms of management control naman, yan, kung kayo yung tipo ng tao na magaling kayo sa ganyan. So, kung sakaling gusto mo na sole proprietor, ibig sabihin, lahat ng decision making nasa iyo lang, nakaatang. Okay? For the partnership naman, ayan, general partners have equal control and majority rules pagdating sa partnership. So, kung partnership, tapos ayaw mo lagi nagpapatalo ka. So, pag-isipan mong maigi kung partnership ba ang gusto mong form of ownership o sole proprietor. And then for the corporation, majority stockholders have control from a legal standpoint. And then last is ability to raise capital. Ayan. Pagdating sa sole proprietorship, limited lang. For the partnership, moderate, and then for the corporation, high. Bakit? Corporation, kasi nga maraming unlimited ng stockholders. Pwede kang umutang pagdating sa madali lang makakautang kapag corporation. Okay? And then aside from that, yun nga, may unlimited yung number ng stockholders, walang limit. Then for the partnership, moderate lang daw. And then sole proprietorship, limited kasi nga mag-isa lang. Okay? Another thing to consider for the legal for choosing your form of business ownership, transferability of ownership. So kapag sole proprietor, fully transferable lahat. Halimbawa, ikaw as a sole proprietor, gusto mo nang ibenta yung business sa iba. Okay? Since nga ikaw lang naman ang magte-take ng decisions, yan, mas madali na lang maita-transfer lahat-lahat. While for partnership naman, syempre, kailangan ng consent ng mga partners. And then, for the corporation, stockholders can sell or buy stock at will. Okay? So, depende sa kanila yon kung ibebenta nila yung kanilang stocks or hindi. Okay? Then, last is the continuity of business. So, for the sole proprietorship, pag namatay ang sole proprietor, patay na rin ang business. For the partnership naman, death or retirement of the general partner dissolve the partnership. So, sa partnership kasi, meron tayong tinatawag dyan na general partner and then limited partner. Then, for the corporation naman, death or withdrawal of owners does not affect the business legal existence. Okay? As long as may stockholders, pwede pa rin niya makapag-operate. Okay? Next, organization structure. This section of the organizational plan will show the reader of the business plan who the principal owners of the business are, who constitutes the management team, and who provides valuable advice to the business owners and management team. In a small entrepreneurial venture, the organization structure could be as simple as the owner manager being at the helm of enterprise with a few individuals directly reporting him. As the workload increases, though the business will need additional employees with more defined roles and responsibility. So in terms of the organization structure, in short, sa organizational structure, matatandaan ninyo sa inyong organization and management subject, meron tayong different organizational structure. Tatlo yun if I'm not mistaken. Meron tayong matrix ba iyon? Tapos meron pang dalawa. Nakalimutan ko lang kung ano yung dalawa. Okay? Dito naman sa organizational structure, in short, it refers lang dun sa pagdating sa reporting, okay? Or yung hierarchy ng organizational structure. Okay? Kung makakakita kayo ng organizational chart, yung ganon, yung pagkakasunod-sunod from the pinakamataas na position within the organization, yung flow ng reporting nun kung sino. Okay? Yun po yung tinatawag natin pagdating sa organizational structure. Meron tayong tatlo dyan. And then, next is the business owners. Yan. One section of the organization plan could be a listing of the business owners and their qualification, their previous entrepreneurial experience, if any, and the extent of their investment in the business could also signal who among them would have a strong influence in determining the general directions of the business will take. So business owners, ganito po iyon lalabas dyan. So, first column, name of the major owners, their qualifications on the second column. For the third column is the previous entrepreneurial experience or yung background nila pagdating sa business or ano na yung mga naging experiences nila previously bago sila napunta with the organization. And then yung kanilang capital contribution. So pinapakita rin po ito sa isang organizational plan. And then next is the management team. If the enterprise is a management team that is largely distinct from the business owners, it is best to highlight their qualifications, skills, and managerial experience, especially in relation to the position for which they will be handling. So, ano ba pinagkaiba ng management team sa business owners? So, ayun, literal lang, business owners, sila talaga yung mga may-ari ng business. And for the management team, ito naman yung mga nasa higher position na nagpapatakbo ng business pero hindi sila yung may-ari. Okay? Sabihin na lang natin ito yung mga maaaring manager. Yan, pwede yan. Okay? And then any other higher positions within the organization na hindi naman sila may-ari. Yun yung tinatawag natin na management team. Ayan. So, ito naman yung ginagamit natin na format sa pag-create nitong management team. Ayan. For the first column, syempre, name of the managers or yung mga nasa management team. On the second column, their job title, duties and responsibilities. Third column is the qualifications for that particular job title. And then, fourth column is yung kanilang managerial experience. Okay? Yan po yung format na gagamitin natin sa paggawa niyan on the organizational plan. And lastly, business advisors. It is rare for a new or proposed venture to have all the expertise it needs to grow the business at the onset. It is best to be candid about this. The business owners, however, reinforce their management team by having a board of advisors or consultant, a group of individuals that the company invites to provide their inputs and insights on how to run the business. So, from the term itself, business advisors. Okay? Yun nga, sila lang yung mga consultant nila, advisors, pagdating sa decision making for the business. Okay? So, maaaring ito ay nasa labas ng organization, okay, na may expertise na in terms of business, or maaari namang mga seniors na nung organization na parang mga former na officers, okay, ng organization or ng business. Like for example, halimbawa ikaw naging CEO ka na, or na-reach mo na yung highest position for the organization, and then natapos na yung term mo or napalitan ka na, maaari ka nang mabilang doon sa kanilang, maaari ka nila i-consider as one of their business advisors. Okay? So kung hindi man,
Pangalan ng
kung hindi ka man or kung hindi man manggaling sa iyong kung hindi man manggaling sa organization, maaaring ito ay galing sa labas ng organization na mayroong expertise pagdating na sa business. Okay? So yan ang trabaho ng business advisors or ng consultant is to guide the business in terms of their decision makings. Okay? Based on their expertise. Okay? Kung hindi ako nagkakamali, ayan, sa case ng ABS, 'di ba nga minsan na naging president yata si Charo Santos, and then may napanood lang din ako na sabi, ano na nga siya, naging consultant na siya kasi nga na-reach niya na yung highest position. Okay? So maaaring yung iba doon na natapos na rin yung mga terms nila as CEO or as a president, and they might be qualified to be one of the business advisors of the organization. Okay? And that ends our module number 7.